This is a short presentation to show you how we build large programs from several small programs. To begin this process, you must have the two small programs, rectangle.cp and square.cp, ready to combine. You will also need a special handout that shows the process, as well as special notes for the sequence that we will follow. These special notes are located on the next slide. If you have not yet completed rectangle.cp or square.cp, you should type, debug, and run rectangle.cp as provided last week for your notes. When that program is running, you should then make a copy using file save as square.cp and then modify the original program so that it will work for a square where all function names refer to square and you only have inputs of a single side instead of the length and width required for rectangle.cp. This is the procedure we will follow when combining two or more small programs to make a larger program. First, open rectangle.cp and save as allrectangles.cp. This will ensure that our entire rectangle.cp program is already part of allrectangles.cp. Now, copy square.cp and paste it into allrectangles.cp. Make sure you copy function prototypes first and paste them to the top of the new program so that the square.cp function prototypes are in position at the beginning of the new program. Copy and paste the rest of the program at the bottom of the new program. Using the example in the handout, you will now need to type and then insert a new main program, a new menu function, and a new switch function for the All Rectangles program. You will name your new menu the All Rectangles menu, and your new switch will be named the All Rectangles switch. Make sure you follow the examples provided and that you ensure that your menu is of type int and your new switch is a void function. Now that you have developed two new functions, one for the menu and one for the switch of allrectangles.cp, you will need to place their prototypes at the top of the program where other function prototypes for square and rectangle have already been pasted. You are now ready to modify the int main void for rectangle.cp and the int main void for square.cp that you pasted into this program. You will convert int main void for rectangle and then again for square into void rectangle and void square. Since these are void functions, you will delete the return 0 that was in the old main program for each. There are several other minor steps that you should follow based on the handout. Now that you have developed two new functions, one for square and one for rectangle, you will now need to place their prototypes at the top of the program with the other function prototypes. Finally, if you had a go again function and or a goodbye function in each of your rectangle and square.cp programs, you should make sure that you only have the function one time at the bottom of the program. When we combine programs and we have functions that are common use, like the go again function or the goodbye function, we only need one copy to be used throughout the whole program because, as we know, a function can be called as many times as needed from as many places in the program as necessary. If you do not have a go again function or a goodbye function, place this into your all rectangles program, and then you can reuse it over and over again as you combine it into larger programs. Take a moment and copy these steps into your notes. Whenever you have a question about our procedure, I will ask you to show me these notes as well as the example that shows how we make these steps work for our two programs. Let's review our procedure. First, open rectangle.cp and save as allrectangles.cp. Now, copy square.cp and paste it into allrectangles.cp. Make sure you copy and paste function prototypes at the top of the program and the rest of the program at the bottom of allrectangles.cp. You will now need to create and insert a new main program as well as new menu and switch for the All Rectangles program. Follow your example in the handout. The new main program will begin int main void and have a return 0. The new menu and new switch will, of course, be functions that can call either rectangle or square. Now you will need to add the new menu and switch prototypes to the top of the program with the other function prototypes. Then you modify the old main programs for rectangle and square so that they are now functions. They too must have prototypes at the beginning of the program. Then make sure that you only have one common use function such as go again or goodbye in the new program that's fully defined at the bottom. I want all of you to succeed as we build our geometry program. To do that, you must avoid certain pitfalls. First, you must have the small programs rectangle.cp and square.cp ready and available for combining. If you do not, go back and follow the instructions given earlier in this presentation and type, debug, and run the rectangle.cp program provided for your notes, and then make a copy of it and modify into square.cp. Follow the procedure that we are using and do not try to take a shortcut by typing, debugging, and running the example program. You will use this procedure many times over. For example, when you build all triangles, you will use this procedure so that you can combine all of these smaller triangle programs into one larger all triangles program. If you have not followed the procedure, you will not have an example that you can type, debug, and run for all triangles, for plane figures, and so on. Use your notes and use the handout given to highlight the method. If you become bogged down, simply revert back to step 1 and start again. Do not skip steps. Do not try to do too much at once. Simply take it one step at a time. While you're doing this, one step at a time, you can pay attention to detail, and you will find that it is not very hard to build a large program if you understand exactly how to use these steps to combine smaller ones. Good luck. Hope you are greatly successful. Let's see if we can't get this finished up prior to the Christmas break.